In this video, we about to talk about the process I went through to obtain my commercial learner permit. Now, I'm gonna be honest, right? When you clicked on this video, I titled this video, Your Ultimate Cheat Sheet to Obtaining Your Commercial Learner Permit. But that's the biggest joke of all, right? There is no cheat sheet. There is no wand that we could wave, right? That's gonna say, okay, now I just passed my commercial learner permit. And I'm gonna give you a few reasons why. Number one, the computer randomly selects tests. It's a series of 700 questions. It may be more, but if I'm right, I believe that it's 700 questions that are randomly selected based upon the general knowledge section, the air brake section, as well as the combination vehicle section. When I obtained my commercial learner permit, the cost of it, I believe it was like $111, maybe a little bit more, just because I did select the option to get the real ID. You get 3 chances. Those 3 chances is 3 times on each test. So if you fail one test 3 times and pass the other 2, you got to start right back over and pay again and take all 3 tests again. But the bonus information that I did find out later on, right, was that it's not going to be $111 the second time around. I, fortunately, by the grace of God, okay, passed my test on the last try. The first time I went in, I'm different, y'all. I like to try my own hand. I try to push myself. And most importantly, I like to dip my toe in and see like what I'm dealing with, like what I'm up against. It's like when you want to dip your toe into the pool to check the temperature of the pool before you jump in it, right? So what I did was I went to DMV and I said, what do I need to do to apply for my commercial learner permit? So they gave me an application. I paid the fee, and they put me on a computer like an hour later. Mind you, at this point, I did very minimum studies for the test. I just wanted to just see what I was up against and what it looked like. Needless to say, about 30 minutes later, I failed all 3 tests, right? So now at this point, I had 2 more tries for all 3 tests. After that, I just buckled down, y'all. I not only was taking a bunch of practice tests online, I was watching a lot of videos on YouTube, because you know YouTube just is YouTube Academy. It is what it is. It's just you're gonna find what you're looking for, and that's it. So I started searching. I'm going to my search criteria, and I was just checking for different videos, trying to see what channel I could find to help encourage me and to help me prepare for this test. Because when I took that test, y'all, I failed terribly, okay? So anyway, after studying, I went back the second time and I passed the general knowledge test. I went back again. I failed the air brakes and I failed the combination vehicle test. At this time, I never opened up the book. Like, I gotta tell y'all, and this is where I want to encourage y'all to actually get into the book. Like, we are so spoiled right now with technology where we could find videos and we could just find audio books and different things to do the work for us. But, you know, in certain instances, we got to go old school and actually go into the DMV or go online and download a copy of the commercial learner's manual, because it's imperative that manual in the state that you're from, where you're going to be testing at, that manual is going to have the questions and it's going to prepare you for the questions that your state is going to ask you. After I failed that second test, I went in, I started studying the manual. I was taking sample tests online. I was watching videos. And I was adamant about this thing because not only did I pay, I was already in. I knew what I wanted to do. I had already had a conditional job offer from a premier trucking company, and it was contingent upon me passing my commercials learner permit. At the time, I was unemployed. I had a lot of free time on my hand. So, like, I was studying 6 to 8 hours a day on straight studies. And I did this for like a week. Like some of y'all, right? I know it may be pretty difficult to actually put that kind of time to the side. But, you know, it's always a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. When you set your mind on something and you say, okay, this is what I want to do, then you're going to find a way to strategize and to create a solid plan so that you can move into the direction, bring to fruition your goals. So, you know, I was studying, I went in the second time and I failed. So now at this time, I had one more chance to pass my combination and my air brakes. When I tell y'all, it wasn't nothing but the grace of God, because, you know, I did pray. I said a prayer before I went into this motor vehicle. And I got to give a shout out to my DMV, because when I went into that DMV, the workers, they were so encouraging. Like, they were like, don't worry, don't panic yourself, you about to get this permit. Like, they had so many encouraging words for me. And needless to say, I came out with my commercial learner permit. You know, I was able to submit the necessary documents. Currently in training right now while I'm creating these videos. That commercial learner permit, y'all, it's really no real cheat sheet. And I know sometimes in life we are looking for that instant gratification. What can I do to make this happen overnight, right? And now you're going to hear these stories of people saying, oh my God, I passed my learner's permit on the first try after studying for like a day. You always going to have these type of people out here. But I'm talking about realistic goals, setting realistic expectations for yourself, knowing your learning style, and most importantly, believing in God that He could change your life just like that. It's that moment when you're going to stumble, where that discouragement may set in, where you don't have anyone to encourage you as you're moving through. And it's imperative for you to encourage you along this journey. It is then where you have to learn how to not only stand on your faith, but to also believe in yourself. Because remember, faith without works is dead, right? So that means you can believe and you can visualize what that look like. You can set a plan and strategize different ways to obtain it. But it is required for you to take those steps, because, I mean, it's not just going to fall in your lap. You're going to have to do the work, right? I want you to drop a comment in the comment section below for me and let me know your thoughts on this journey. You know, what you were going through, how much you have been studying. And I know that I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and I will catch you in the next one.